Hey people, welcome to this year's Halloween event. It is called the Till Death Do Us Part, and in this video we're going to go over how do you start, how do you play, and what are the rewards from it. Till Death Do Us Part is RuneScape's 2018 Halloween community event where you as the player help Death stop a mysterious threat that emerged in the outskirts of Draynor village. With the help of the other three riders of Apocalypse, War, Pestilence, and Famine, you attempt to defeat this foe and free its prisoner Moya, a half-human and Majorette woman with an infamous reputation as one of Zamrock's generals, who is being used as a conduit to summon something from the realm of Daemonheim. If players wish to help Death stop this menacing threat and save the world of Gielinor, then they should head over to speak with him near the Draynor village lodestone. Death will teach the player the basics of the event, so that they can play for the remainder of October. Well, how do you play? It's actually very simple. There are 5 pillars placed around the chaotic rift. Each pillar will give the player experience in either crafting, divination, invention, magic, prayer, runecrafting, smithing, or summoning. If the player chooses to deal with the necromancer's spawns, then Slayer experience can also be obtained. To get experience in either of these skills, simply choose a pillar and left-click on it. This will begin the stabilizing process. The player's progress towards a stabilized rift is independent, and will be measured by the glow intensity of the beam being directed from the pillars to the chaotic rift. Each pillar has 6 levels of intensity, identified by layers of energy. With each layer of energy, players get more experience towards its corresponding skill. The best way to earn the most XP is to keep alternating between pillars once the current one returns to its base energy state. Once the progression beam is fully intensified up to the chaotic rift, the player may left-click the rift itself to enter the warped chamber within. Inside the warped chamber, the player will use the combined power of the 4 horsemen to damage a dark mass in the center of the room by left-clicking on it. Once the mass has been destroyed, a timer of 60 seconds for members and 30 seconds for free-to-play players will begin. The player must use this time to open urns located around the chamber for a variety of rewards. If the player attempts to open any of the urns before the dark mass is destroyed, a notification will appear saying that the magical force prevents the urns from being opened. There are 4 types of urns the player can open, each with their own opening duration: small, medium, large, and huge. The rewards extracted become more valuable the larger the urn, so be sure to open the largest urns first as quickly as possible. Once the timer is up, the player will be teleported out back to Draynor village. Each week throughout the month of October, a new rider will be introduced to the event, which will offer new power-ups that can be used to aid the player in suppressing the evil magic. All of this will lead up to one final mysterious fight at the end of the event, so be ready to gear up and finish off whatever's causing this once and for all, hopefully. Now let's talk about the rewards. Members and free-to-play players get a slightly different experience in this Halloween event. Members have membership benefits that increase the number of skills available to train, the maximum pillar XP multiplier, the usable rewards, and the warped chamber timer. The number of skills available to train are capped at 5 for free-to-play players and 8 for members. The maximum pillar XP multiplier is capped at 1.25 times for free-to-play players and 2.5 times for members. Usable rewards are capped at 12 for free-to-play players and 30 for members, and the warped chamber timer is capped at 30 seconds for free-to-play players and 60 for members. Rewards from the event overview interface are unlocked with a number of times the player enters the warped chamber. Each entry increases the reward meter ever so slightly, with a total of 4 potential unlockables. Rewards in the community progress are unlocked every time the community stabilizes the rift. There are 7 potential rewards in this interface, all which can be claimed from Death. The Ring of the Dead, which lets players transform into Death. War's Axe, which is a cosmetic override. The Ring of War, which lets the player transform into War. Famine's Staff, which is a cosmetic override. The Ring of Famine, which lets the players transform into Famine. Pestilence's Bow, which is a cosmetic override, and the Ring of Pestilence, which lets the player transform into Pestilence. And that wraps up the entirety of this event. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.